Bam! I'm back. I don't know why that makes me laugh. I'm just goofy. Man, what's up, man? It's your boy Reylo, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I got another video, you know what I'm saying? We hitting you with some more consistency. So, I don't know about you, but man, they starting to show the state of Israel or country of Israel and the people of Israel, these Jewish people, right? Everybody's starting to see their true colors. Now, I'm going to start this video off right. I do not hate these people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I do see it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is the truth. Once again, these are not the people that you read about in the Bible. Let's get it right here. They are the people that you hear about in the Holocaust. That's who these people are. But as far as the people in the Bible that are the chosen people, these are not the people. And you can see how they act and how they do things. These are not holy people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't, like, and why I brought up is, like, you know, lately, especially with the war in Iran and, you know, Donald Trump and Netanyahu and JD Vance and everybody who's been, you know what I'm saying, in the mix with the war and everything like that. You know, I think it's a lot of people who've always been saying a lot of things about Israel that doesn't put them in the right light. But my biggest thing is, I always like to just see it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell me something. I love the age that we're in because you got people who will just drop into these areas with a camera and show you the real. And that's what just happened. So we about to go see what Palestine looks like right now. What's up, man? It's your boy Reylo interrupting, you know what I'm saying, this broadcast, you know, to tell you to go to Reylo.tv, check out my merch, you know what I'm saying? I'm focusing this whole channel and this whole movement on the truth. And I want you to wear the truth. I want you to wear this merch and make a statement. Interrupt people's daily program with the merch that I got, man. Check it out, Reylo.tv, you know what I'm saying? You'll be helping support my channel because we got to move forward with the truth. The truth is above everything. We got to keep the truth alive, you know what I'm saying? And keep it alive in your daily life by going to Reylo.tv and checking it out. It's your boy. I'm out of here, man.
Settler within the Palestinian territories.
Now maybe you will see him with the normal uniform, but in the night he wear the soldier uniform, and he come back and start searching houses and interrogating people.
He is one among hundreds of thousands of people who migrated from either Israel or abroad to assist in the active colonization of Palestine's West Bank, which begins less than 20 miles east of the Gaza Strip. He lives in a makeshift compound or an outpost settlement above a Palestinian village with a group of mostly teenagers who spend their free time attacking, terrorizing, sometimes killing and burning the homes of Palestinians at all hours of the night and day for reasons of their own.
I don't give a shit. So a settler is a person who decided to move to Palestine from the United States or any other part of the world because they are privileged that they have a Jewish roots in their families.
Isn't it technically in violation of the 1967 agreement for these settlements to exist?
Yes, exactly. And today when you hear in the news about what they call it the two-state solution, it's just a bullshit.
We must chart a...
That's true. It's BS. These people, pretty much what they're doing is they have destroyed Gaza, they've destroyed Palestine, like it is Israel now. And they are kicking these people out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people get refuge in other countries. A lot of them don't. A lot of them die. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that we're watching colonization on a scale like this, but they lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always have a reason why they did it. They'll come up with, you know what I'm saying, terror groups like Hamas, like, oh, Hamas is hiding hostages and doing this and doing that, where Hamas is really just defending their land. You know what I'm saying? It's a war at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, like, I get it. That's why sometimes I see it from the Israeli side of things. You know what I'm saying? They're really just winning the war. But from a humane standpoint, it's like, one, that's not really your land. You know what I'm saying? If you say that God gave you that land, like I'm telling you guys, these are not the people that are in the Bible. Not at all. They're the people of the Holocaust. We're gonna say that they're the people of the Holocaust, but they're definitely not the people in the Bible. They're not the real Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that seep in. So this is not really their land. You know what I'm saying? And they're not really holy people. These are people who are like, it's crazy that they went from the Holocaust, and look what they're doing to this. If we come up with a name for it, you know what I'm saying? Like the Gaza cost, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it will make sense to people what Israel is really doing to Palestine.
Course for a two-state solution.
There can be a better future.
France is pushing a three-pronged plan to make statehood a reality.
يعني قد ما حكينا وبنطلب العالم انها عم تساعدنا، ما حدا مساعدنا على انه بس يردعوا عنا. اليوم الصبحيات دعسوا من الدواجن بطة، وقبل فترة دعسوا كلاب وغنم، وكانوا يجيبوا لنا فطايس من عندهم يفطسن ويرموا لنا اياها من باب الدور.
Palestinian communities, brutal assaults caught on camera.
Oh, come on,
drawing international criticism.
Whenever you see videos of settlers attacking villages around here, where are these settlers coming from? Are they coming from nearby colonies, different countries, from inside the state of Israel itself?
You know, most of these settlers are actually coming from abroad.
Our pre-production advisor, who has extensive experience filming settlers, told us that while quite dangerous, we'd be safe around them as long as we kept the cameras rolling.
Your camera will have an almost prophylactic effect. To some extent, a cone of safety, because the settlers and the IDF who are protecting them don't want to be filmed.
At this exact moment, he is thought to be brandishing a firearm, likely a handgun provided by the Israeli army at the direction of the country's Minister of National Security, Itamar Ben-Gvir, an outspoken religious supremacist who believes in the total annexation of historic Judea, as it was once called.
Even that, right? Once again, these people actually hate Muslims. They hate Muslims, yo. They think that, like, Muslims and, like, the Islamic faith is, like, a cancer in society. That's what they really think. This whole extra stuff, once again, bro, they're not the real Hebrews.
Within the kingdom of Israel over 2,700 years ago. Welcome to Israel. We are the landlords. They came with much pride, as big heroes. Look at how they look now. Not heroes and not anything. Terror supporters.
Itamar Ben-Gvir taunts activists who'd been detained from a Gaza aid flotilla.
Well, what happened was post-October 7th, Ben-Gvir authorized the release of larger numbers of high-caliber firearms, so virtually all the adults in the West Bank would have qualified for a kind of machine gun. So they were just awash with these guns, and you know, thinly supervised at best.
طبعا هذا العمل العادي، يعني احنا هذا بنهتم فيه كثير جدا، هذا لانه روتين عادي.
The villagers say they're doing their best to ignore the kid because taking the bait in any way could be a fatal mistake. The settler, they say, is on an intimidation run, hoping to provoke a reaction of some kind. After which, he'll call in the army and have people arrested.
Yeah.
In a few minutes, maybe he will go there and he will call the army, the Iowa.
Yeah.
And he will tell them, he will just lie, like people are attacking me, and there is also visitors also try to attacking me, so to make it more complicated for the people here.
هو الحين حزمه وزعل عشان احنا ما سوينا اشي.
مو قتلوا كل شيء، اي شيء بيشوفوه بيعتقلوه، وحشية ولا زيها في العالم، اي شيء بيلقوه بياخذوه.
Villagers say that the Israeli soldiers who arrive shortly after to make baseless arrests are typically just outpost settlers themselves in different outfits, which may seem a bit strange unless you get what this whole routine is about. It's about clearing the area, by any means necessary. And as for the settlers, they've been given a broader license to kill than Klansmen who enacted racial terror in the American South after the Civil War.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you compare it to something else, it looks totally different. These is like, man, these is the Jewish Klan. Like, honestly, Israel should be looked at just like the Ku Klux Klan. Like how the Ku Klux Klan was killing black people, they killing Muslims. That's all it really is. And they be lying. Like, I'm telling you, it's all of it is a lie. And like I said, I don't hate these people. But it's just like, come on, man, why you stop lying? Like, and it's one of them things, like, they're never, like, gonna relinquish that area. It's gonna take something divine that's gonna happen. Mark my words, because I can't wait till when it happens. I'm gonna come back to this video. Something divine is gonna happen that relinquishes these people from the tyranny of the Israelis.
With 95% of police investigations immediately dismissed and not a single jail sentence ever handed down to an Israeli settler involved in the murder of a Palestinian.
He can do whatever he wants. He can raid this motorbike or whatever. He can have sheep. He can build wherever he wants. He can do whatever he wants.
And all of this, and I mean all of this, is funded by U.S. tax dollars.
I think it's allowed us to do enormous things.
That really is a great honor.
But on a brighter note, welcome to our Palestine series. You're watching Channel 5. These episodes were arranged in collaboration with the Lajee Center in Bethlehem.
This is Lajee Center. Lajee is Arabic word, is mean refugee. We run different programs, projects here. The circus school, which is at the moment there is a training for the circus school. Also here we have also boxing classes, training, it happened here. Hello, welcome to Aida refugee camp. Today is about 5,000 people live in this camp. Half of this number are young people and children. Aida refugee camp is the same story of all the Palestinian refugees camp, was established in 1950 after the catastrophe in 1948.
Aida was initially established by the United Nations shortly after the Nakba, or the catastrophe of 1948, which the Israelis called the War of Independence.
The Jewish state will include the ports of Haifa and Tel Aviv.
It began when 5 Arab nations launched attacks on Jewish cities and settlements within Palestine, most of which had been under colonial British rule through the Balfour Declaration, until it expired on the midnight of May 14, 1948.
Britain's civic administration is expected to withdraw by May.
The State of Israel, or the Jewish state, was declared the very next morning, along the lines of a partition plan approved by the UN a year prior.
The plan was accepted by 33 votes to 13.
This sparked outrage within the Arab world, jump-starting an inevitable conflict and causing Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, and their Palestinian counterparts to invade, but they were not successful. Israel ultimately won the war, and as a means of collective punishment, they created the Nakba, the catastrophe, forcing 750,000 Palestinians from their homes and onto places like the West Bank and Gaza Strip.
Here, 27 names of the villages, which is the families who live in Aida camp, they came originally from. For lots of families, they're still keeping the key, and even though they know all their houses destroyed it in 1948, but it still gives them a hope that one day they will back again to their homes.
Do you know which village in particular on the occupation side your family first came from?
Yeah. Beit Jibrin.
Beit Jibrin was just one of around 400 villages depopulated during the Nakba. Today, it is a totally renamed kibbutz.
Welcome to Beit Jibrin,
which is the Israeli version of a socialist commune, completely inaccessible to any Palestinian.
I always heard about it from my grandparents in my childhood. They used to tell us lots of stories about how was life, how many lands they owned there. The graffiti tell the history of the Palestinians, how they were living before 1948, before the catastrophe, as a farmers, and then when the catastrophe happened, they moved them to the refugees camp and they built the apartheid wall surrounded the camp.
The massive wall surrounding the camp was built in 2004 in the midst of a bloody conflict called the Second Intifada. The conflict took upwards of 5,000 lives.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? I mean, of course it happens for black people in America. You know what I'm saying? Not to this scale. You know what I'm saying? We didn't fight no wars. We definitely didn't fight no wars. You know what I'm saying? We protested. We definitely didn't fight no wars. But just imagine for, what is this? Over 75 years, 76 years, you've been at war. You know what I'm saying? He just showed showed paintings of how it was before the war. And now everything is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's never been peace in this state. That's wild to me.
Israelis say the Palestinians started it by targeting police and protests that turned violent, whereas the Palestinians generally place blame on the collapse of peace talks at the Camp David summit in 2000, as well as a provocative visit by Israeli politician Ariel Sharon to the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, the third holiest site in Islam, which happens to also be built on a plot of land called the Temple Mount, which is the #1 holiest site in the Jewish faith. Total nightmare.
After they finished the wall, they built more than 7 military watchtowers. In this road here, we have lost 3 children from these watchtowers. Muhammad, he was in his home here in this building. 10th of November 23, he was killed from the watchtower front of us by a sniper. He shot him a live bullet in his chest. He did nothing. He was bleeding for 10 minutes. Then the father decided to take him inside the car and take him to the hospital. When he drove down, another group of soldiers stopped the car. They took the body outside of the car and they arrested the father. They didn't give any first aid even to his child. After that, they took him to the military base. The Israeli commander called his father and he told him, come pick your son. And he doesn't know what's his situation. When they gave him his son, even they didn't come with the ambulance. They came with a normal truck. And he was in a plastic bag and they throw him in the ground and the soldier left. It's not more than training for their soldiers.
Places like Haida were never supposed to be permanent. According to UN Resolution 194, which was signed by Israel, Nakba refugees would eventually be given safe passage back to their villages, and those who chose not to return would be given compensation in the form of a reparations package.
But that resolution, just in paper, nothing changed. After more than 77 years under this colonization, we're still looking forward to go back to our home villages.
I tell Musa that we'd like to see some of the illegal settlements that people have been talking about.
22 new illegal settlements on Palestinian land in the occupied West Bank.
My only exposure to their existence thus far had been through Louis Theroux's recent documentary, Settlers, where he was able to gain rare access behind the curtain of these ultra-nationalist enclaves, which he claims contain people even more extreme than those he interviewed in South Africa after apartheid.
I'm so uncomfortable using the word Palestinian because I don't think that it exists.
Just the lethality of it and the extent to which the objective of the settlers is to for many of them, it's to drive the Palestinians out. Like under apartheid, the white South Africans, they didn't tend to say like, we want to drive the Africans, the black Africans out.
You can have Johannesburg. Is that Johannesburg?
Yeah.
Okay, I give it to you tonight.
Okay.
They wanted to subject them to a punitive and degrading legal regime, but they weren't routinely, as I understand it, every day. I want to be careful how I say it because I don't want to be appear to minimizing any aspect of apartheid. But what I saw in the West Bank was a life that was day to day unlivable, where you couldn't really, endless check, hours to get anywhere if you could get anywhere. A sense in which you were just a stranger in your own land.
How much time are you gonna stay in Israel?
Hang on, but I don't think we're in Israel. Are we in Israel?
You're in Israel now.
Are we?
Yeah.
In the West Bank? No?
Hey, what's up, you guys? In today's episode, we covered the situation on the ground in the West Bank. But right now, I want to turn the attention over to Gaza to see how the mainstream media is covering things over there. So to find out, I'm going to pull up ground news right here on my phone.
I would usually let him go ahead and plug, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to let you guys watch the rest of the video. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you kind of already get a glimpse of it. And that's why I wanted to show it. And then you can go to my website, Reylo TV. You know what I'm saying? Check out the full video. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, they've been lying to us. They have been lying to us. We should have never supported this war. We supported genocide. You know what I'm saying? It's like us supporting the Holocaust. That's all it really was. We supported the Holocaust, the Gaza cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really, 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 really supported the genocide of these people, where we let people, once again, these are not the people inside the book. These are not the real Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe me, we can go and we can really get into it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call themselves Jewish. They don't call themselves Jews. They're not the real Jews. And Israel is not what the land was called originally. It was called Yasharel. You know what I'm saying? Just a translation. And at the end of the day, it's whitewashed. And like I said, it's going to take something divine to get these people to it's going to take something divine for the people of Gaza to actually have freedom. You know what I'm saying? But it will come. Man, if you like this video, you know what I'm saying, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.